Have you ever spent 20 minutes explaining your feelings, only to be misunderstood in 10 seconds? You chose your words carefully, you stayed calm, you clarified your intention, and somehow they still twisted it. Not because you said it wrong, but because they were never trying to understand you in the first place. If that hits, stay with me. This might change how you protect your energy forever. Because one of the most draining habits emotionally intelligent people have is over-explaining themselves to emotionally unavailable people. Let's talk about it. Most people think conflict is painful because of disagreement. It's not. Conflict becomes painful when your truth is treated like it needs permission to exist. So you start building longer explanations, stronger cases, more evidence, more examples, more emotional labor. You're not communicating anymore. You're defending your humanity like it's on trial. But here's the uncomfortable truth. When someone has already decided who you are, your explanation is just background noise. Because understanding doesn't come from better wording. It comes from willingness. And willingness cannot be argued into someone. Some people listen to respond. Some people listen to judge. Very few listen to understand. And if they're committed to misunderstanding you, your clarity becomes their target, not their solution. Watch what happens in these conversations. You explain your boundary, they call it selfish. You explain your needs, they call it dramatic. You explain your growth, they call it disrespect. Same words, different listener. That's when you need to recognize this is no longer communication. This is negotiation for permission to be yourself, and that price is too high. Let's go deeper. Over-explaining is often a trauma response disguised as politeness. It comes from a fear that says, if I'm not fully understood, I won't be accepted. If I'm not accepted, I'll lose connection. If I lose connection, I'm unsafe. So you explain more, soften more, shrink more. But connection that requires self-erasure is not connection. It's compliance with emotional strings attached. Healthy relationships don't require a closing argument every time you set a boundary. They require respect, even when there's disagreement. Here's a powerful shift. You don't need everyone to understand your decision for it to be valid. You don't need everyone to agree for it to be right for you. Maturity is realizing that misunderstanding is not always a communication failure. Sometimes it's a values mismatch. And mismatches aren't fixed with paragraphs. They're fixed with positioning. Meaning, you stop trying to convert people who are committed to their version of you. Let me give you a simple rule. Explain once, clearly. Clarify once, calmly. If they keep pushing, stop explaining. Start repeating. Short, grounded, steady. This is what works for me. That's my decision. I'm not available for that. No extra layers, no emotional essays. Because every extra sentence after clarity is usually self-abandonment trying to look like kindness. And here's the twist most people miss. Some people understand you perfectly. They just don't like what your clarity costs them. Your boundary removes their access. Your growth removes their leverage. Your confidence removes their control. So they pretend not to understand, because if they admit they do, they have to respect it. Not all confusion is confusion. Sometimes it's resistance in disguise. You are not responsible for translating your soul into a language someone refuses to speak. Save your depth for people who ask questions, not build cases. Save your vulnerability for people who listen, not reload. Because the right people don't need a courtroom presentation of your heart. They say, "Help me understand," not, "Convince me you're allowed to feel that." There is a quiet power in this sentence. I don't need you to agree, I need you to respect it. Practice that. Feel that. Stand in that. Because the moment you stop over-explaining yourself is the moment your presence gets stronger. Your voice gets steadier. Your boundaries get cleaner. Your relationships get more honest. You'll lose some approval, but you'll gain self-respect. And that's a trade that upgrades your entire life. Stop explaining yourself to closed minds. Not because you're angry, not because you're superior, but because your truth deserves oxygen, not interrogation. And the people meant for your life won't need you to perform it for them. They'll recognize it when you speak it. Well, everyone, I hope this video helped you with how to stop explaining yourself to people who won't understand you. Take this lesson and make a mental note. And remember to breathe and relax. As always, I'm Chloe, and I'm always here to talk. But please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.